Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to talk about my August TBR. So I have not quite as many books as my July TBR because I am going to be starting school again at the end of this month. We go back for conference days at the end of the month, and I know that I am going to be pretty busy setting my classroom up. I'm actually going in tomorrow for a few hours and just getting curriculum set. So I'm only setting a goal of 8 books for the month of August, and if I can get to a few others, well, then that would be awesome. So the first book that I want to read is Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. If you watched my July TBR list, you know that this was on there. I did not get to it, and I was very saddened by that. So I am going to bump it right into August. I think it's going to be the first one I tackle. So it is already August 2nd, so I need to get on that. But I am going to still read this. I feel like this is a classic that I need to read, so I really want to. And I just absolutely love this cover that Second Star Books created. My gosh, like I bought their box for the month of May pretty much because I wanted this. It's gorgeous. Just a little side note. On top of that, I also did not get to Brightly Burning by Alexa Donne, and this I also received in my Second Star Books in the month of May, so I want to read this because this is a retelling of Jane Eyre, but it's like set in space. I don't know much more about it because I don't know much about Jane Eyre, but I still really want to read this, so it is on my August TBR. To keep with the Jane Eyre theme, I also want to read My Plain Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I received this in the month of July from Owl Crate. I know that it is another retelling of Jane Eyre. It is more of a gothic retelling, I think. I know there are ghosts. I know that it is like a little bit of a ghost story. I was told that it's pretty funny. I was told that Charlotte Bronte actually makes an appearance as a character, which I think is hilarious. So I just, I want to hammer out all 3 of my Jane Eyre books because why not? So all 3 of these are on my August TBR list, and I will tackle them this month. The next book that I want to read is a book that I bought a while ago. It is Snow White by Matt Flann, and this is a graphic novel version of Snow White, so I should be able to fly through this really quickly, like probably less than an hour. So I really do want to hammer this out. I've had it for a while. I want to get it on my classroom library shelf, but it is a retelling of Snow White, and it takes place in 1928. So that's all I know. I think it sounds pretty neat. I love the fairy tales. Like I love retellings of fairy tales. I think that's why I'm so drawn to fantasy novels. So it's awesome to be able to read a modern version of Snow White, and I have a ton of students who just love graphic novels, so this will be a great way to appeal to them as well. So my next book is another book that was on my July TBR list that I just did not get to. I didn't want to read it just because I have heard that it's not that good, and so because of that, that just makes me apprehensive. So I went to pick it up a few times and then I put it right back down. So I am going to try to read Furyborn by Claire Legrand this month. I did end up finding a few positive reviews about it, so that kind of perked my interest a little bit more. But I do really want to read this. I know that it is about 2 queens who are in different times of history, like they're like 1,000 years apart, and they're both like going for the throne, and they have like different things that they have to do in order to get the throne. But I am going to hammer out Furyborn this month. So the next book that I want to read for the month of August is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and this has had stellar reviews. When it first came out, I think it came out in January, maybe it was February. I love Holly Black's writing. The first one I read by her was The Coldest Girl in Cold Town. which is on the inside cover. And then I have read The Darkest Part of the Forest, and because I enjoyed those ones so much, I have about 4 or 5 others sitting on the bookshelf that's over there. So I really want to read this one because just everyone has loved it, and I'm so excited about it. I don't know much about it, but I do know that it is about a girl named Jude whose parents were murdered when she was 7 years old, and so she is taken to go live in the fairy court, and the fairies really hate humans, and so I don't know how she gets along in there, but I'm assuming if they hate humans that her life there isn't fabulous, but she does want to stay, and so she has to like win over the prince, and from the title, he's not very nice, so I'm not sure how that goes for her, but I heard it's amazing. So this is on my TBR list for the month of August. So the next 2 books that I want to read are the next 2 books in the Eragon series. I don't have them with me today. I am going to pick them up when I go to my classroom tomorrow, so I will have them. I want to hammer out as much of the series as I can this month, so if I could read the 4th one, then I will, but I'm not going to put that pressure on me to read that one when I have so many other books I want to read as well. So if I have to finish the series in September, then that's what I have to do. But I do want to read the next 2 books because I did love this so much. What are you reading this month? What are you hoping to get through? Are we reading any of the same things? Do you want a buddy read with me? Please let me know in the comments. If you have read any of these, what were your thoughts? Did you enjoy them? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will be back with more videos soon. Keep reading!